With everything that I've tried to relate to Ethan, he's not letting me in. He's not really answering the questions. They make him feel very uncomfortable. Why does he put up a wall?
Well, I think part of it has to do with the trust factor.
He was bullied by kids, and that was hurtful for him. So he lost trust there. So he's been trying to find his place in the world as to where he fits in.
Why do you feel as though that he was bullied at school?
Having all of his abilities, he was just different from the other kids. You know, he was getting teased and being called names. Him not opening up is because when he has opened up, it wasn't accepted. He knows you're here for him, but it's just something he holds close to his chest because of his experiences and what he's gone through.
Tonight we're gonna go on an investigation with Ethan. Hopefully this will be a stepping stone, because by the time I leave, I want Ethan to be able to banish the faceless spirit that's been bothering him in his bedroom. I'm inviting Ethan's dad to join tonight in order to help him feel comfortable while doing the investigation.
Let's go. What was that? That was moving.
Yes, I picked up on the same thing too. When I walked in, the chandelier out there and the chandelier in here I saw moving.
That's weird. But wind isn't doing that. Spirit's very strong to do that. Something's up there. Something's up there. I'm feeling something really, really bad happened here. Somehow there was a fire in there.
I picked up a fire too.
My hands are shaking. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Something's up in there. Something's up in there. Something's that way. A tall person there. It looked like the gentleman right there.
When I walked in, I saw a gentleman and he looked similar to that gentleman also.
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like I'm being followed by something. But yeah, and I feel like he had a family and this is where they hanged out. I'm picking up they had good times here. I asked them how many years did they have that house, and then they said 50.
50? We picked up a lot of the same information. That's pretty cool. When we first walked in, we picked up a fire would have happened at location.
So back in 1923, they were having a social event for all the local servants in the area. There was a Christmas tree kind of standing right behind you. And that Christmas tree started a fire, then engulfed the whole house.
There was a person over there. It was a male.
Yeah, you said, oh, it looks like that man in the painting.
So maybe he looked a little bit like Teddy Roosevelt. So Mr. Weld is one of the prior owners of the house. Looks a lot like that. If you look at that picture of Teddy Roosevelt, and then you look at this gentleman here.
Oh, there you go. Look at that. Wow.
So
that's exactly who we saw, huh?
Look at that.
That is a creepy resemblance, though.
right? Yeah. So
Wow.
Mr. Weld, he did. What you got, buddy?
have a
Raise your
question?
hand. What you got?
Oh, I was picking up that 50 years they had this house.
So we know that Richard Hazelhurst, who actually owned the building, I mean, he's the one that commissioned this house, and he lived here for 50 years with his family.
Oh, that's the 50. That's excellent.
How do you feel about seeing your son's abilities and having everything validated?
I think it's pretty amazing. And it's like when he goes on his gut instinct of it, that's when it seems he was very accurate on things.
With the way you walked him through, Ryan, and helping him to understand like what he's feeling, actual impressions versus thinking about it. But when I was sitting and watching and he mentioned about the fire, just the different things, I was just like, wow, this is a really empowering moment for him.